Does jinn possession actually exist in Islam? The short answer is no, it does not. Whoa, did you just contradict the Quran where Allah explicitly says that jinns can possess people? The answer is no, I didn't, because there's no such explicit verse in the Quran. The verse you're referring to is in Surah Baqarah, verse number 276, where Allah says, يَتَخَبَّطُهُ الشَّيْطَانُ مِنَ الْمَسِ. And they interpret this word al-mas, the touch of the devil, to mean that he possesses people. Well, if you affirm that meaning, then guess what you also have to affirm? The Prophet Ayyub alayhi salam has been possessed because he complains to Allah saying, مَسَّنِيَ الشَّيْطَانُ, the devil has touched me, using the same word al-mas. And what else do you have to affirm? The Sahih Hadith that's been agreed upon in authenticity, where the Prophet ﷺ says, مَا مِن بَنِي آدَمَ مَوْلُودٌ إِلَّا أَن يَمَسَّهُ الشَّيْطَانِ, that there's not a single there's not a soul in this universe, not a human in this universe that has been born except that the shaitan has touched him. According to this meaning, it means that every single person is possessed, and that's simply not the case, or has been possessed since childhood. That's not the case. But where do we get this idea that it's impossible? It's in Surah Ibrahim, where Allah talks about the Day of Judgment, and Shaitan comes on the Day of Judgment. He says to the people, he says, مَا كَانَ لِي عَلَيْكُم مِّن سُلْطَانٍ, I had no power, no authority, no control over you, except إِلَّا أَن دَعَوْتُكُمْ فَاسْتَجَبْتُمْ لِي, except that I called you and you responded to me. He says, فَلَا تَلُومُونِي لُومُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ, don't blame me, blame yourself. Now, if jinn possession exists and you were possessed, on the Day of Judgment, when your limbs testify against you that these limbs did X, Y, Z, you're going to be able to say, well, no, that wasn't me, that was the devil. But the devil says, haha, don't say that. I had no authority over you, I had no control, so don't blame me, but blame yourselves, because you answered my call. And the last few points I want to make is, where do we have any information of this in the Quran or Sunnah? We have no information at all. But what do we have information of? Number one, we have information that the shaitan has no control or authority over us. And in 3 other places in the Quran, Allah mentions that he has no power over specifically the Muslims. Other places Allah says, إِنَّ كَيْدَ الشَّيْطَانِ كَانَ ضَعِيفًا, that the ability, the army of shaitan is da'if, it's weak. What does Allah say? إِنَّمَا الشَّيْطَانِ يُخَوِّفُ أَوْلِيَاءَهُ فَلَا تَخَافُوهُمْ وَخَافُونِي. The shaitan is the one who puts fear into his people, so don't fear him, fear me. If jinn possession was real, would I not be scared? If someone put a gun to your head and they're in control of your life, are you not going to be scared? Of course you're going to be scared. One funny thing I want to mention real quick. If you're married and your partner cheats on you, all they have to do if jinn possession exists is say, oh, I was possessed.